Yesterday. It's been a busy week in boxing. One of the biggest things, of course, is I know that you had an interview with Brandon talking about the comments that Ryan Garcia made about him smoking weed and drinking. But even after that, it continued. He went on this social media rampage for about 3 to 4 days, and it just caught so many people off guard. You as a trainer, if you see your fighter going through that type of stuff and doing that type of stuff, what are you saying? What are you thinking?
You know what? When us trainers we get so close, we're the ones that get really close to the fighters. Promoters, managers. Sometimes managers don't even come to the training camps. I have fighters that probably made the managers once in their whole career because the manager does their job behind, on the phone, at home. Us trainers are the ones that are with the fighters every day when they're in camp. So we're the ones that I could probably say we're the ones that worry the most. So if I see one of my fighters in that situation, I know there's something is wrong. I'll try to find help. I'll try to help him out. I'll try to forget the fight, and let's fight. Let's see if we can find some help. But I really know this. I don't know the situation. It be part of, just part of the show, just to build the fight up. I don't know. Oscar came out saying that he talked to him on FaceTime and that he looked great, that Ryan looked great once he started training camp. So that's a good sign. I don't know if I don't think Oscar would be lying about things like that. If Oscar said he looked good, he sounded good, and in that interview, Oscar seems very confident. Very confident. He his face is like very sure of what he's saying. So you can't be lying either. If you know your fighter is not doing good, but you're lying about it. Oh man, he looks so great. Then that's not gonna look good when he goes out there and gets destroyed or not even make it to the fight because he has to go into a center where he needs help. You know what I mean? I believe Oscar. I believe if Derrick James is already in camp, Derrick James is a very professional trainer too. He's not going to take a fighter into camp if he's all messed up. Derrick James has a good reputation. I don't think he'll take a fighter in camp if he knows he's not 100% ready. I think Derrick James wants to win, and will not allow that. So I'm hoping that everything goes well, and this was just part of publicity for the fight, part of building up the fight, so people could be talking negative about Ryan. Ryan's also a pretty bright kid. His parents should also know. His parents should also know if he does need help, or if he's just playing the part just to sell the fight a little bit more. We'll see.
You're an ex-world champion. You're a fighter. You're a trainer. Before I ask you the next question, how long have you been in boxing?
Man, I started my first amateur fight when I was 5 years old. Way before there was even USA Boxing had the books that they have now. You have to be 8 now. I had a few fights since since I was 5 years old. When I turned 8, I probably already had 5 or 6 amateur fights.
So how many years is that?
Man, this is 44 years. I'm 49.
All right, so 44 years in boxing as an amateur, pro, and trainer. Have you at any point in time ever seen a promoter parade a substitute or a replacement fighter like they did with Barboza during this Ryan Garcia press conference? Because that's what happened. They brought out Arnold Barboza to talk to the audience, but everybody kind of looked at it like, is he replacing Ryan if Ryan pulls out? Have you ever seen that ever?
You know what? I seen that. Not in that big of a fight, because a fight that big, I think all respect to Barboza. He's been working his ass off all his life, and this is a great opportunity for him to step in and fight Haney. But with all due respect, I don't think he's that big of a name to sell the fight against Haney. I think Haney would rather probably just cancel everything and find something bigger. Haney's looking for those huge fights. I think this fight would just drop. I don't think it'll even be pay-per-view, obviously, and I don't think Haney's gonna make the kind of money he's expecting to make against Ryan.
Yeah.
So like I said, I would love to see it because Barbosa and his dad, they've been working their ass off for so many years, and this is a big opportunity for him to just get that title opportunity and to get that chance. And he's been, he was signed for Top Rank, never got that opportunity. Now that Golden Boy signed him and they want to give him that opportunity, great for him. But I don't see the fight being that big, I know Barbosa's trying, and he's doing what every other boxer should do. I respect them, but Haney, being the star that he is already and looking for those huge fights, I truly believe he wouldn't even take that fight. But you know what? I see. Your question was if I've seen promoters already have somebody there. They started doing that during the pandemic. Because I don't know if you remember, during the pandemic, there were so many fights that were being canceled.
Yep.
So they always had the main event, but they always had like the co-main event or somebody in the undercard on the same weight class, just in case one of the main event fighters tested positive, and they right away they had somebody in the undercard to replace them. Because it happened often during the pandemic. I did that a lot through Top Rank. When they're doing the bubble Tuesdays and Thursdays shows for a few months, they did shows twice a week, and I was part of it because all we were doing was driving to Vegas. We didn't have to fly, we didn't have to go through airports or anything. So they used a lot of my fighters, and they were always ready with replacements because of COVID and everybody. There was a lot of fighters testing positive. So they started doing that during the pandemic, but on a huge fight like that, I can't remember of them having to do something like that, where, like I told you, they can have a bigger name because the bigger name on the undercard is going to demand a lot of money also. Barbosa is willing to take maybe less money to be on the undercard, taking the chance that he might get Haney, which is good for him. But man, I don't know. I just feel that Haney would rather just wait and cancel everything and wait for another day.
Straight up, do you feel Ryan makes it to the fight?
I think Ryan makes it to the fight. He shouldn't, but I think he will. This is just my personal opinion. Like I said earlier, I hope it's just part of the show to sell the fight, and I hope Oscar is right, and I hope his dad and his mom are right, saying that everything's good with him. I hope so. But my personal opinion is he does make it to the fight because promoters, managers, people around him, they need that big fight. They need that fight. They need to get that fight. If he's good, if he's not good, they're still going to try to make that fight happen because it's the business. But personally, he shouldn't.
Now, continuing on.